Yep. I'm here. This is my new baby. Yep. 8 weeks old. That's Tux. I have never been a cat owner. This is my first kitten. And let me tell you, in the middle of the night, they are the spawn of Satan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever punched a kitten in the face, but I have. Last week, I'm in the middle of my sleep. I'm good. I'm on the couch. He bites my foot. What do I do out of a dead sleep? Boom! Damn, I just punched my kitten in the face. Shit, my bad, bro. He's hissing at me. Alright, he decides he's not going to bite my feet anymore. He's learned. He's smart. Now, later that night, he figured, I'll bite him somewhere else. I got his ass. He's asleep. I'm going to attack him. He bit me on my hand. What's my hand do? Pops his ass in the fucking face. Now we don't bite hands no more. Isn't that right? He's trying to go to sleep. Normally he'd talk back to me and meow. But, so this is a new experience for me. And, I've learned that you cannot play with a cat with your hands because they become vicious. And I don't want them to be vicious. But I've always had dogs. And I recently just put down my border collie.
Oh. Yeah.
Woo! I mean, yeah.
Damn.
I didn't want him to suffer, so I appreciate that. He was old. He was old, it was time. But I do have a story for you about him. Now, in the middle of the night, this border collie would get mad at me. And he would decide, oh, this motherfucker's on the couch, asleep. I'm going to start eating. I don't know if you've ever heard a dog eat at 1 o'clock in the morning, but it's the loudest shit you've ever heard. I promise you. It's louder than me eating pussy. Just ask the Chinese food restaurant. Hey! But, you know, if we're not in the living room and I sleep in the bed, at 1 o'clock in the morning, he decides it's a good time to clean his nuts.
Yep. Very well.
And I wake up and I'm like, brah! And he looks at me and goes, what? I'm like, you got to do that right now. He's like, you're just fucking jealous you can't do it to yourself. And I realized he was right, and I rolled over and went back to sleep. I need somebody else to do it. I don't been that way. But, you know, it's Father's Day. It's Father's Day. I actually have 2 kids, believe it or not. I mean, yeah. And Dayton's kind of the same way, you know. I started looking on Tinder and I figure I need to start filling out applications for stepdad. You know, I got qualifications that meet the standards, but when I start drinking, they kind of cancel out. Just saying. But I mean, you know, I was thinking about my dad today, and my dad passed away 13 years ago. 13 years ago, a month before my oldest son was born, he died of cancer. And I was thinking about him, and I could not stop laughing. So I'm going to share a couple stories with y'all about my dad while he was fighting cancer. Have you ever known that they actually give you THC pills while you have cancer?
I
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
To give you an appetite. So my dad was 40 when he had me. That means he grew up during Bonnie and Clyde, Babyface George, all these gangsters, all right? Yeah. So he's taking these THC pills, all right? And my whole life, my dad slept on the left side of the bed. And the door entering to my parents' room was on the right side this time. And then they had a bathroom over to the left. And my mom wakes up in the middle of the night, and my dad is crouched on the right side of the bed looking at the bathroom. She's like, John, what are you doing? He said, they're coming for me. John, who's coming for you? It's Babyface George and Bonnie and Clyde. I was like, shit, Mom, did you save those pills? Damn it. Another time, she comes home, she goes, he goes, honey, they want me to solve this crime. Because he had been watching all the CSIs, NCIS, True Crimes, Matlock, all of them. Watched all of them. We watched Bones together. That's a whole nother story in itself. And it sounds dirty as fuck when I say it like that, now that I'm doing it out loud. But, hey, so apparently some people knocked on the door that day and they were FBI agents and they were like, we need your help solving this crime. This murder happened and nobody's gonna solve it but you. And my mom looked at him and said, you tell them no. You tell them I said you can't do it. He said, I'm so glad you said that. I didn't want the responsibility. I was like, damn, Mom, did you keep these pills? I want some. I was like, I'm married with 2 kids. I'm about to get a divorce. I need some of this shit in my life. I need somebody to feel like they need me. She didn't keep them. I got my divorce and now I have a cat that needs me. The last cat that I had was my ex's cat. It was full grown whenever they moved in. And this cat, for whatever reason, he loved me. His name was Shady. And he was shady as fuck. But he loved me. I would get home, that motherfucker would follow me to the fucking bathroom, wait till I got out of the shower. He's like, all right, motherfucker, it's time to get on the couch. Put on the fucking blanket. He would act like he needed me. You know. So, but I do have 2 kids, and at 3 and 5, I started teaching my kids how to protect themselves because they're real passive kids. I felt like they were gonna get picked on, so I started teaching them how to throw a proper punch. Okay. Now, anybody in the room old enough to be around when Pokemon started? Yeah. Y'all wanted to be Pokemon trainers, didn't you? Have a toddler. A toddler is the only person that's going to follow you around everywhere you go. You're the only person that knows what they're saying. People just frown upon it whenever you start teaching them how to fight. So, you know, I started teaching them how to throw punches. They get in a fist fight, 3 and 5. Living room floor, fist fight. My ex-wife comes in, keyword ex-wife.
I'm like, okay,
And she goes, what are you going to do? Just let them fight? I was like, yeah, they're 3 and 5. What kind of harm are they going to do? I was wrong. I found out later I was wrong. I was in the bed with the 3-year-old and my ex-wife, and I was teasing him. I was like, that's my mama. He stood up on them short little fat legs. Bow! Pow! Oh, son, I almost killed you. I had to catch myself. Oh my God, I thought I was hit by a grown-ass man. You cannot hit daddy like that again. You cannot hit me like that again. Well, a couple days later, I had to pick him up from daycare, and the teacher met me in the hall. And if you've ever had kids or have kids, and you've been met in the hallway by a teacher, you know it's never a good thing. And she's like, I got to tell you what happened today. On the playground, he got bit. I was like, okay, what'd you do? She's like, I didn't do anything. I was like, all right. He stood there, shook a little bit, and he hit the kid in the throat. Fuck yeah! Throat strike, still my favorite strike. That's what I'm talking about. My fucking training paid off. Well, later that day, at snack time, he climbed up on the table. The other teacher was going to grab him, and I stopped her because he never does anything wrong. I want to see what happens. I was like, all right, what happened? Well, apparently, this little dude done channeled his inner Spider-Man on the top of the snack table, and he's going, psst, 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 webbing everybody, all right? And I was like, well, his webs went psst because they're not mature enough to go thwip. That's my time. I'm Bo Henry. Y'all have a great night.